$10,195, and that's to finish the last phase of the Affordable Care Act project for the division. Changes to our automated systems, and so we built a thing called the two. Unfortunately, we had some bumps in the roads with the Silver State Health Insurance Exchange in that first open enrollment period, so there was a decision and make those technological changes to connect to the federal exchange, and that's where we are today, connected to the federal exchange. And then phase 3 engine, and so that's phase 3 of this project. And looking at all 3 of those phases, those were really focused on making sure we met ability as quickly as possible for our clients, and it worked. If we look back at 2014, on average, it was taking about approximately 52 days, testament staff, also a testament to the technology that we put in place. This phase really focuses on our client and our forward-facing or outward-facing Access Nevada application and modernizing that. It'll actually revolutionize how our clients interact with us from a technology perspective. I can kind of compare it to the bank. That's what they will be able to self-service themselves, our clients. They will be able to, one of the big things is today we send out hundreds of thousands of notices through the mail to our clients, notifications. They'll be able to come in electronically and see those. We won't have to mail them anymore. We'll be able to take advantage of texting. We'll be able to let them know, hey, by the way, you have an appointment coming up, and nudge them through texting. And so there's all sorts of great things we're going to be able to do. With that, open it up for any questions you might have. Project. So it will be implemented I guess it would be I'm trying to remember the time frame, but project.
And then the federal share of this 10 million, which is 9 million, is there any possibility that it could be put?
No, this has already been approved. And so we have asked that question, and they have assured us that no, the funding is not at jeopardy at this point in time.
Great. To go out, so you're talking about a year in.
Within any IT project that we do within the division, we do have a percentage of dollars built into the project for things like changes. So if, for example, a change were to come down the pike and we had to make some modifications or changes to the system, we could utilize those change dollars to do so.
Great, thank you.
Wait.
It's going back to 2012, Governor.
But they essentially took on the responsibilities that, because I think you lived through the Xerox problem as much as anybody, and it's just really nice to have an entity that is responsive and able to take on probably technology. So I really want to thank you all who've been associated with this process and really made it a positive experience for those who participate in it. Ms. Woolridge, good morning.
Good morning, Governor and the board. For the record, I am Kelly. For contract is for. This contract is a result of Assembly Bill 472, which is our Juvenile Justice Reform Act. This contract is for a data collection and case management system for juvenile justice services throughout the state, and including state agencies, and to reform juvenile justice. And what this meant was that the Council for State Governors came in and provided us technical assistance in Nevada, and that resulted in AB 472. And one of the most startling statistics that we were given from this technical assistance was that in 2015, Nevada spent almost $95 million on juvenile justice services, but we had minimal data to show us any the juvenile justice services, whether they're at the county level, in the county camps, at the state level, at our state institutions, and it will not only allow us sole solicitation for this. The reason that we chose Caseload Pro was that it has been successful in county, in Carson City, and Humboldt County and Lyon County had already purchased it and had chosen it. So that's the reason that we requested the sole solicitation. This contract is actually the first of many times that you'll probably see me here in the next year in implementing AB 472, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Well, thank you, Ms. Woolridge, and you're very good of that bill last week, and there's a lot to do, but as you say, it's going to change lives, and we're going to be able to identify what the best practices are so that we can make sure that the young men and young women are getting the services they need and they deserve and have those better outcomes. So as I had said at that meeting, we can change their life's novel and really have an opportunity at the core of it. This is the most, I don't want to say the most important, I should just say this is a very important step in terms of making sure that we step forward on the right foot.
Thank you, Governor.
Okay, other
He can answer all the technical questions.
So I thought of one more question, Ms. Woolridge. So when do we expect that this project will be up and running?
Community system, and then after that, we'll go live. So within 6 months, we'll be live and using the system.
That's exciting. Thank you very much.
Approving contract number 47.
Thank you. Is there a second? Agenda item 12, approval of proposed master service agreements. Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Governor. There are 5 master service agreements in agenda item number 12 this morning for approval by the board.
Thank you, Governor. I have a disclosure on agenda number 12, contract number 3. And I do believe the independence of judgment of a reasonable person and my accused from voting on contract number 3 of the agenda item 12. And I now ask the Deputy Attorney General if that disclosure is satisfactory under NRS Chapter 281A.
Good morning, Madam Secretary. Carolyn Bateman for the record. And just to clarify, did you state that your independence of judgment or that of a reasonable person in your situation would not be impacted by your relationship with Opportunity Village?
To be maternally affected. So I want to clarify and thank you for catching that. Thank you, Governor.
And Madam Secretary asked to form that.
Agenda item number 12, the chair will accept a motion for approval.
Move to approve.
Attorney General has moved to approve the master service agreements presented.
Aye.
That motion passes 3-0. We will move to agenda item 13, approval of proposed work plans. Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Governor. Item 13 represents those previously approved master services agreement in agenda item 13 for approval by the board this morning, and no additional information was requested by any of the members.
Item number 13, Secretary of State has seconded the motion. Any questions or discussion? Hear none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Governor. There were 72 contracts under the $50,000 threshold that were approved by the clerk between September 19th and October 22nd, 2017.
Let's move to agenda item 15 is another information item from the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Thank you, Governor. Agenda item 15 includes an informational report from the Department of Motor Vehicles on the voluntary contributions collected by county pursuant to NRS 482.480, the Complete Streets Program. For the period of July 1st, 2017, county reports have become a little bit stale. We're going to move those to an annual basis. Most of the counties are allocating the projects and then just reporting.
Agenda item 16, public comment. Is there any member of the public present in Carson City that would like to provide public comment to the board? I hear Las Vegas. We'll move to agenda item number 17. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Secretary of State has moved to adjourn. The Attorney General, is that a second?